Hey guys, my name is Sean and I create memories with a click. Welcome back to the channel. Before I jump into this video, I have to say thank you for everyone that has supported and subscribed to the channel. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. That was one of my goals. So I thank you and I ask for your continued support as this channel grows. So in this video, I am testing out the new RF35 1.4 L series lens that I pre-ordered a week after I purchased the Sigma EF35 1.4 on the used market. So now that I have both, I want to figure out what's the difference. Is it worth the upgrade? Do I keep the Canon? Do I keep the Sigma? Do I keep both? So I have to figure that out. And during this video, I wanted to see the difference, but I wanted to show you the difference, most importantly, about how these two lenses perform. This video is mainly it's really mainly about performance. I think image quality, man, I'm not gonna lie, image quality is very similar. I know that you've heard some things about the Canon has been disappointing for a lot of us who have waited 6 years for this lens. There is some vignette, there is some distortion. This noise that you hear is there. But I can tell you a lot of people probably have exaggerated that noise. If it's in my bag and I'm walking around, I don't hear it. But I can say this lens is not optically clean as what we have been used to with the RF50 1.2 and the RF85 1.2. Those lenses are near perfect. And after 6 years, I think most people's disappointment is we expected something like that from this lens. But it's really all about the use case and how you use it, mainly how I use it. So in this video, I'm recording my EVF. I had to pull out my CineEye that I have had forever that I really don't use. But I had to record my EVF so that you can see the difference in how these two lenses perform, all right? So without further ado, let's jump into the video. I might even do some narrating on this. And I had to pull out somebody that has never made a appearance on the channel, but has always been there for me when I need practice, when I'm testing, has the same disposition, just constant. So you know what? Let me just show you. Let's jump into it. So guys, I arrived to the park and as you can see, it's an overcast day. I'm pulling my old trusty model. Catalina is what I call her. So Catalina has been around for some time. When I first started photography, instead of always finding somebody to stand in front of the camera and practice, I bought a mannequin and I practiced lighting. I played with my settings, everything. Part of me learning light and what position I want to put my light in and all of those things. I really did that practicing with Catalina. So here we are. I'm using the CineEye to record my EVF, and I believe that this is the Sigma lens, and I am just seeing how well it sticks to the eye. I'm taking a few pictures, but now I'm gonna really jump into it and see how facet focus. As you can see, I'm holding the RF lens, and you can see that the focus is fairly smooth, but it does take a minute or two to catch on and lock into what I am focusing on. So ignore the circle, guys. Ignore the circle that is being recorded in the EVF. That was a setting in the CineEye that I forgot to turn off, all right? But that's the Sigma. Now, once this goes off, what I'm doing is I'm turning off the camera and I'm switching lenses. So now you can see that I'm holding the Sigma lens, and you can see just how fast and snappy the autofocus is on the RF. This is, and it's 100% silent. Like, you really cannot hear the motors working. So some have said that this is the best performing lens by Canon. This is definitely the fastest focusing lens that I have. So here's a picture of the RF. Right next to it is the Sigma. The Sigma, we all know, is a little cooler, but image quality, I mean, you really can't tell that big of a difference. I did move the camera closer to get a different perspective of both lenses. I believe this is still the Canon, I think. Yep, this is still the Canon, because I'm holding the Sigma, and you can see just how quickly it snaps back into place. And this is what you're gonna get when it comes to focusing with this lens. And in a few seconds here, yep, there you go, I'm switching. And now this is the Sigma that's closer, to the subject. I don't know what I did. It took so long on that one. As you can see, it's not slow. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's doable, but it's definitely not as snappy as the RF version. It does a great job of catching the eye. I wouldn't say that performs much different, but it's just the focusing speed of the RF that is undeniably much faster and smooth. Although the Sigma lens isn't necessarily loud, but you can definitely hear the motors moving the glass around a little bit. You definitely cannot hear that with the RF35. Show two more pictures of each lens, or one more picture of each lens. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Optically, there's really not that much difference in the Sigma and the RF. Based on what I saw in the camera, based on what you can see, the Sigma is still an amazing lens if you're just trying to catch a portrait. When it comes to the speed and focusing, obviously that's the difference. When it comes to video, you'll definitely tell the difference. But if you're just trying to capture a portrait, then I mean, the Sigma is 12 years old, and it still renders beautifully. Alrighty, so I believe this is the Canon. Yep. So what I did, because it was an overcast day, the sun was hiding behind the clouds, so me changing the direction of where the light was coming from really didn't do much with this particular test. But earlier, this was actually my second time doing this video. I made the mistake of using my R5, and I think the last time I used it, for whatever reason, I had it in crop mode 1.6 times. So I felt like I was doing the test an injustice, so I came back out the second time. And when I came back out the second time, I believe the rain and the storm was coming. So earlier it was definitely sunnier, and when I did this test in different directions, you could definitely see a difference in where the sun was coming from. So that was the premise of me changing angles and changing the direction in which I was shooting. One note though, just watching this video, it looked like the minimum focusing distance may be a little better on the Canon, because it definitely snapped into place. See how long it's taken the Sigma to get focused on something close? But with the Canon, it just locked right on much faster. There you have it. So that was me testing out the performance of the lenses. I wanted to take a couple of pictures of the mannequin to just see how the image is rendered, to see if I could tell the difference. Is this a worthy upgrade when it comes to photography? It's definitely a worthy upgrade when it comes to videography, because that's what the lens was made for. So as always, guys, thank you for rocking with me on this channel. If you haven't done so already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.